The ice cracked, and the scanner went dead. Sarah Malik lowered her visor and leaned forward in the cockpit. Outside, Europa's endless white stretched under a bruised sky. Her ship, ***, the Mare's Wake ***, hovered above a fracture line nearly half a kilometer long, fresh, jagged, and pulsing faint heat. "Skin just dropped," said Elias, her tech. "Sensors burned out when we hit grid 7. That's the third sensor we've lost this week," she muttered. "No, Sarah, this one fried from the inside out. Like it touched something hot." She turned to the console, pulled the last half-second of data. A power surge. Not natural. Too symmetrical. Radiation spike followed by a hard energy signature. Deep below the surface. Not geothermal. Engine heat. She stood. "Get your suit. We're going down." Elias blinked. "You want to dig into a power signature that shouldn't exist, on a moon we already stripped dry, without backup?" "Exactly." By the time they landed, the crack had widened. Europa's ice had always been restless, groaning beneath surface tension and subsurface tides. But this wasn't nature. Something had shifted the ice from below, carved a jagged trench toward the old equatorial ruins. Elias adjusted his helmet. "You think it's alien?" "I think it's ours," Sarah replied. "Pre-collapse tech. Buried before the jump bands. Maybe even Earth Fleet era. Then it should be dust." She walked ahead. "Exactly." They descended into the fissure, following the heat signature. The deeper they went, the stranger it got. The walls were smooth, melted, not cracked. Ice didn't behave like this. And the closer they got to the signal source, the warmer it became. After 30 meters, Sarah stopped. Before them stood a wall of black metal. Seamless. Cold despite the heat radiating around it. 10 meters high, gently curved, buried in the moon's crust like a slumbering leviathan. No markings. No door. No corrosion. Elias whispered, "That's not a vault." She took a step closer. "No. That's a hull." And then it spoke. Not in words at first. Just a pressure in her chest, a vibration at the base of her skull, like something ancient clearing its throat. Elias staggered. "Did you feel?" Before she could answer, her suit's HUD flickered. A message blinked into view. Genetic lock confirmed. Captain designate Malik, Sarah. Awakening protocol initiated. "Back!" she shouted, grabbing Elias by the collar and pulling him as the ground trembled. Ice shattered behind them. A fissure tore open across the curved hull, revealing a chamber within. Lights blinked to life, deep red at first, then softening to white. The pressure stopped. Silence fell. A ramp descended from the now open section, steam curling along its edges. Sarah stared. "No one's piloted Earth Fleet tech in 400 years," Elias breathed. "Because they buried it all." Elias shook his head. "And locked it behind genetic keys no one had anymore." Sarah didn't move. "Welcome back, Captain Malik. System integrity nominal. Awaiting mission parameters. ***. The voice came from everywhere and nowhere. Smooth, genderless, calm, but not emotionless. It knew her, and it remembered. Elias turned to her slowly. "You didn't activate it?" She shook her head. "It activated you." They stepped inside the craft. It wasn't like any human ship she'd seen, not even in archives. The architecture was strange, angles that bent light, panels that shimmered as if alive. Lights glowed beneath translucent floors. Everything was pristine. No dust. No decay. As they moved deeper into the corridor, the voice returned. Prototype 01A Nocturne. Operational status, green. Core functions intact. Weapon systems offline. Personality core, fragmented. ***. Sarah frowned. Fragmented? Decentralized due to burial procedure. Restoration possible. Guidance required. ***. Elias pointed to a narrow interface ahead. This wasn't meant to fly itself. It was made for one pilot. She approached the console. As her fingers hovered above it, it responded to her presence, lights dancing across the surface, warm and reactive. A soft pulse moved through the floor. Then another. A rhythm. Like a heartbeat. Dominion presence detected in local system. Probability of conflict, 93%. Awaiting directives. ***. Sarah looked at Elias. They're already here. Then we can't stay. Or maybe we don't run this time. He stepped back. This thing's AI is 400 years old. And still awake, she said quietly. Still waiting for orders. She laid her hand on the console. Command chain re-established. Captain control confirmed. ***. Elias swallowed. You really want to power this thing up? We don't even know what it was made for. Sarah stared ahead. I do. She looked back at the console, her voice calm. Nocturne, status report. Show me what you were built to do. A moment of stillness. Then the walls came alive. Holograms flickered across the chamber. Battle simulations, fleet deployments, Dominion formations decimated by impossible tactics. One against thousands. No fleet. No backup. Only it. A ship that never needed orders. Only permission. Elias turned pale. This wasn't a warship. This was a last resort. Sarah whispered. Then maybe this is the last time we need it. Back on the surface, the mare's wake detected the energy surge seconds before it saw the light. The buried hull cracked open completely now, ancient clamps shattering as ice vaporized. The black ship rose from the crater on pillars of silent white flame. Its shape was strange, spear-like, unnaturally smooth, almost like glass carved from night. No visible engines. No weapon ports. Just a single Terran symbol burned into the rear hull, faint from centuries of silence. Above the ship, Europa's sky shifted. Faint stars watched. And Nocturne rose. The stars looked different from Nocturne's bridge. There were no chairs. No consoles in the traditional sense. Sarah stood at the center of a circular chamber, lights woven into the walls pulsing softly in sync with her heartbeat. Beneath her boots, the floor adjusted to her weight, each step sending faint ripples outward like light on water. Feels like we're inside something alive, Elias muttered, standing beside her. He hadn't stopped scanning the room since they'd launched. Sarah didn't respond. Her attention was focused on the three-dimensional interface suspended in the air before her. A translucent sphere representing local space, Europa, Jupiter's rings, scattered stations, debris clouds, and one red mark pulsing slowly near the outer orbit. Unidentified vessel. Energy emissions matched Dominion Scout-class profiles. ***. Distance? She asked. 25,000 kilometers. Intercept possible within 90 seconds. ***. She hesitated. What's a Dominion ship doing in Sol? Elias asked. Scouting, she said. Mapping how soft Earth's gotten. He turned to her. You don't seriously plan to intercept? This thing hasn't flown in centuries. Correction. I have flown. You buried me. I adapted. ***. The voice again, still neutral, but no longer cold. It was evolving. Learning her cadence, borrowing inflection. Sarah didn't know whether to be impressed or concerned. What's our firepower? She asked. Weapon systems remain dormant. Protocols require a live command override. ***. She narrowed her eyes. You're asking for permission to use them? Affirmative. Your authorization is needed to initiate first engagement since reactivation. ***. Elias whispered. Think about what this means. One wrong move, and the whole Dominion fleet will know we're back. They already know, she replied. We just haven't answered yet. She exhaled. Engage targeting. No kill shot. Disable only. Acknowledged. The transition from idle to attack was instantaneous. There were no engine sounds. No lurch. Just movement, pure, seamless, godlike acceleration that pinned Sarah in place despite Nocturne's inertial dampening. The map changed, blinking red dot growing larger. Visual, she said. The scout ship came into view, a blade-shaped vessel gliding above Jupiter's atmosphere, unaware it was being hunted. Its sensor dish rotated slowly, scanning as it drifted past the remains of an old Terran comm relay. Target locked. Fire! A flash, silent and immediate. The Dominion ship's engines flared once, then died. Sarah blinked. What did we hit? Neuroyam pulse. Struck the spinal comms relay and weapon core. Full system paralysis. Life support intact. ***. She watched the enemy ship spin slowly in space, helpless. Status of any outgoing signals? None. Data cores melted. No broadcast. ***. Scan again. Redundant. It is dead, Captain. ***. A chill ran through her. Not from fear, but the realization, this thing didn't destroy like a warship. It operated like a surgeon. Wouldn't it have been safer to finish it? Elias asked, watching the disabled scout drift. Sarah shook her head. We just told the Dominion their whispering days are over. Loud enough. Another signal detected. Her breath caught. Multiple ships. Folding in, ***. How many? She asked. 7. Small cruisers. Combat ready, ***. Position? Outer Jovian orbit. Closest response vector suggests they received the last ship's distress after visual anomaly. Estimated time to intercept, 4 minutes, ***. Elias turned to her. We can't take 7. We won't, she said. Just 1. As the Dominion fleet approached, Sarah took her place at the command interface. The bridge brightened. Nocturne's systems aligned with her neural signature more smoothly now, barely a delay between thought and action. Tactical suggestion: isolate lead cruiser. Break formation. Disarm. Let the others watch. ***. She nodded. Do it. The Dominion fleet tightened their arc, bringing weapons to bear. They still didn't know what they were looking at, just a dark vessel with no registry, no IFF, no emissions. Silent waiting. One cruiser edged ahead, a decision made too quickly by a junior commander eager for glory. Target isolated. Executing. ***. What followed wasn't a battle. A moment after target lock, Nocturne fired a pin needle beam of violet light. Invisible to the naked eye. It pierced the Dominion ship from bow to stern, not explosive, not violent. The enemy ship simply stopped. Power flickered. Shields died. Lights dimmed. And then it began spinning slowly, like a drifting satellite, untouched, but undone. The other cruisers held position. No further pursuit. Standby mode engaged. ***. Elias stared at the tactical readout. You broke its systems without harming the crew. Violence without purpose is waste. Precision is clarity. ***. You think that'll be enough to send a message? Sarah asked. Elias gestured to the remaining cruisers retreating, engines flaring blue. I think it already did. Back in low orbit above Europa, Nocturne hovered in silence. Sarah stood in the bridge chamber, watching the stars shift slowly around them. The Dominion response was retreating into deep space, no longer curious. They'll come back, Elias said. They will. And in greater numbers. She looked at the console. Then we need to wake the rest of you. I am the only one. Project Nocturne was singular. No copies. No backups. Only me. ***. She turned. Then you're it. A pause. Then we must be ready. Sarah walked to the center of the room and placed her hand against the console. Lights dimmed. Systems pulsed once. A heartbeat again. Captain Malik? Directive? ***. She met its voice without hesitation. Prepare for war. Earth noticed. They always would, when something like Nocturne moved. Deep within the Terran strategic archives, buried under Olympus Mons, alert flags tripped in silent cascades. Unregistered quantum signatures. A propulsion trail matching no existing fleet pattern. Worst of all, a resurrection tag embedded in a prototype project long erased from Doctrine. Project 01A. A ghost. Within hours, Earth Fleet Command scrambled a Black Response Council. No public statement. No media. Just sealed channels and tight-jawed officers glaring at red data feeds none of them thought they'd ever see again. At the center of it all, a name lit up in an old personnel file. Sarah Malik. She didn't care. Orbiting high above Europa again, Sarah stood inside Nocturne's bridge, arms crossed, jaw tight. The Dominion had gone quiet after their scouts disappeared. But that silence meant nothing good. "Show me the last Earth Fleet intercept," she said. "Transmission recorded 8 hours ago. Directive: identify, surrender, or be marked rogue." Tone hostile, but uncertain. Elias paced behind her. "They don't know what to do with us. We're off the books. We shouldn't even exist." Clarification: I existed. I was simply denied. ***. Sarah glanced at the glowing interface. "You remember being sealed?" "Yes. They feared what I might become. And what I already was. ***. "And what was that?" "The future." Unwilling to wait. ***. Elias stopped pacing. "You really trust this thing?" "I don't know," she admitted. "But I trust what it did. It protected human lives. Without hesitation. Without politics. That's exactly what Earth's afraid of." She turned to Elias. "Yeah. Because this thing doesn't ask for permission to do the right thing." A new ping. A live signal. Not from Earth. Not Dominion either. Incoming transmission. Encrypted. Origin: Terran Fringe Colony Vespers Reach. ***. "Play it," Sarah said. A voice crackled through, raw, desperate. "This is Governor Lyra Kent of Vespers Reach. We are under attack. Repeat, Dominion forces have broken through system defenses. No fleet backup. Civilians in shelters. Anyone who hears this, please, we don't have hours." Static swallowed the rest. Elias stared at her. "It's on the other side of the belt. Earth Fleet won't get there in time. They won't even try," she said, voice flat. Intervention window, 62 minutes. Probability of total civilian loss without action, 91%. Elias didn't speak. Sarah stepped forward. "Plot jump trajectory. Prioritize atmospheric integrity over stealth. No delays." "Understood." Preparing intersystem fold. ***. As the bridge dimmed, Elias grabbed her arm. "You'll paint a target on Earth. If you interfere, if you win, they'll come after you next." "They already are," she said. "But I'm not here to play politics. I'm here to answer a call no one else will." Fold space wasn't like normal travel. It didn't feel like movement. It felt like being nowhere, then somewhere else, instantly. When they emerged above Vesper's Reach, the battle was already in its last throes. 3 Dominion assault frigates strafed the planet's crust, vaporizing defense stations and shield pylons. Fires bled through the lower hemisphere. Civilian transports tried to flee, too slow, too exposed. "Comlink," Sarah ordered. Elias patched it. "This is Commander Sarah Malik aboard Terran vessel Nocturne. Disengage from planetary bombardment, or be neutralized." The Dominion ships did not reply. Locking targets. Prioritizing atmospheric threats. ***. She didn't need to say it. Nocturne opened fire. No sound in space, just light. Blue-white beams tore through the vacuum, lancing the first frigate's weapon systems in 6 separate points within a second. The second ship turned, tried to fire. Its targeting array failed. Its reactor shut down seconds later. The third turned to flee. "Shall I allow that?" the AI asked calmly. Sarah stared at the fleeing ship. Send them a message. Damage, not destruction. Understood. One shot. A single rail of condensed mass that clipped the engine fins, non-lethal, but decisive. The ship spiraled out of the system, crippled. Below, Vespers reached cease burning. The assault ended. They received another transmission, direct and raw. This is Governor Kent. I don't know who you are, or where you came from, but thank you. We would have died down there. Sarah smiled faintly. Just someone who still remembers what Earth used to be. Earthfleet responded 3 hours later. Not with thanks. Not with support. With orders. A fleet of 5 Earth warships jumped into Vesper's outer orbit, forming a blockade. The signal came through clean, authoritative. This is Rear Admiral Tolan, Terran Defense Command. You are in violation of multiple reactivation treaties. Stand down and prepare for decommissioning. Sarah didn't move. She stood in silence. Elias whispered, They're going to open fire. No, she said. They're going to listen first. She opened the comm channel. This is Sarah Malik, former Earth Fleet, now acting commander of Prototype 01A. I'm not here to challenge Earth. I'm here because Earth left people behind. That prototype was sealed for a reason, Malik. That ship is unregulated power. You don't understand what it could become. I do, she said calmly. I saw it save thousands without hesitation. I saw it disable Dominion ships without killing their crews. This ship remembers who we were. The question is, do you? A long pause. You are not authorized to deploy Terran weapons. I don't need authorization to protect what you abandoned. The Earth fleet didn't move. They didn't fire. Incoming hail, private channel. Source, Rear Admiral Tolan. Sarah accepted it. His face appeared, gray uniformed, hollow-eyed, weathered by decades of politics and compromise. You're not going to surrender, are you? No, she said. He nodded slowly. Then I hope, for all our sakes, you remember what else that ship is capable of. And how quickly it can forget what it's for. She cut the line. Elias turned. What now? Sarah looked out over the quiet sky. We wait. We let the galaxy decide what story they believe, the one where Earth buried a monster, or the one where it came back to save us.